Tiffany here with Years of Years, and it's another This Day in Disney, May 14th. And to start off, we're not going too far back. We're going to 2008. Over at Innoventions West, there was Slapstick Studios, which started in 2008. And this was a sort of wacky game show style attraction that you could go with your family, and they would have their comedy bit at the beginning, and then they'd invite kids to be part of a little contest, and then they'd have adults up there to have their own fun as well, or maybe be made fun of a little. And so it was a fun game show experience over there. I don't think it was around too long. Watching a video of it from the past, it's not something we did as a family, but I went and checked it out, and I'd say something like the laugh floor over at Magic Kingdom would be a lot more fun than nowadays. It's just the humor for the laugh floor is more on point there. But it was fun kind of checking it out, so I'd encourage you to go take a look at the video. And it was definitely like an early 2000s experience, I think, and of course I would probably feel differently if I was back then. And I think those interactive things where people get pulled up on stage, I think people do like it. I think people really like Indiana Jones show, the stunt show over there at Hollywood Studios. I think people like being pulled onto stage, and I think when you're in the laugh floor, people like being involved with that, or talking with Crush over there. I think kids love being, interacting with him and that experience. So I think Disney should keep doing things like this where they are interacting with the audience, but not necessarily this particular version. It's kind of dated, but that's okay. That's why they changed it. And some things, hey, we were talking about change yesterday. Some things were okay that Disney changes, right? A little bit. So next up on this day, back in 2011, if you were visiting Hollywood Studios on May 14th, you could be able to do a pre-ride on Star Tours after they revamped it. So it actually didn't reopen until May 20th. This was something our family actually got pulled in to do. We were visiting the parks at this time, and we got to get pulled in and ride Star Tours before it fully reopened on May 20th. So that was an exciting experience for us, and I think it was just one of those extra magic things. That was the first time we went with our whole family, and from the beginning of our trip to the end, we just felt that, your home Disney magic, and this little thing that happened just added to it as well. We just felt so special on that trip, and it's really what sparked our entire family's love of Disney. Not just Brad and I, but our kids. The way we were treated by cast members, the way we were treated at the hotel resort, all of it really made us feel like, wow, this is awesome. We want to come back here. So that 2011, experience was really, really great. And so we got to go in and do Star Tours, and it was really fun. And so with the revamping of this, they added the 3D version. You were able to see things in 3D, and then as well they had the updated prequel movies added on to there, and so you got to experience those films instead of the previous version, though, which just had the original 3 movies. So of course, in recent times, when we were over there at Walt Disney World, they had, when they released Rise of the Skywalker, I loved when they had that little version in there that had to do with the film, and we all come in to help at the in-battle scene. So I felt like it made the movie even better for me personally to have that little scene when I rode the ride. To think of our ship being in there with all those other ships to fight, Palpatine's massive amount of ships. I thought it was so cool that we were there and helping out, and we didn't even realize it when we originally watched the movie, but when we rode the ride, we were there. So I thought that was so clever, really well done. So I'm looking forward to future Star Wars iterations with the films, with The Mandalorian, which, oh gosh, goodness, we love. So just future things that will happen at the parks when we get things going again, and we can stop worrying about all the stress of everything and hopefully get back to the excitement of Imagineering and creating fun things for us to be able to experience at the parks. So lastly, on this day in 2016, unfortunately, there was no more Disney dollars. So this wasn't something that we ever did. We never ended up purchasing Disney dollars or having them, specifically for our kids at the parks. But this was something that you could get and purchase for your children or yourself as memorabilia. They came in $1 and $5 and $10 increments. So kids really, you could give them a certain amount of money and they knew that's what they had for their vacation to spend, and it was a good way to teach them once it's gone, it's gone. So it was a fun little thing, and they were really neatly decorated. Hopefully the editor will be posting some, the producer actually, Brad, will be posting some pictures of those Disney dollars around here, and you'll get to see them on here. I would go check them out online as well. They're really cute. I believe it was Scrooge McDuck was the treasurer for them, that he signs them. Anyway, really cute. So you could use them at the cruise ships as well, in the Disney store and the Disney parks. Also, you could exchange them for cash, and even though they're discontinued, you can still use them now if you still have them. But I would probably suggest keeping them if you still have them, because they're so cool and they're not in print anymore. So probably be worth more to you to just hold on to those for sentimental value, or eventually they'll continue to be worth more and more than just dollar for dollar at Disney. So we don't have any, like I had mentioned, but when we were at Disney World, we have become friends with a cast member there. His name was August, and he actually worked over at Club Cool, and that's where we met him the first time. We never knew that you could get Slurpees on your birthday, so he was the first one to introduce that whole thing. Of course, you can't do any of that right now, not because the parks are closed, but Club Cool isn't there, and that's a real sad thing to us. But that's where we met August, and then we were gonna go ride Soarin', and we saw him, and he was down at the little merchandise little stand over there by Soarin' right when you get off. And he was actually going, he had his little binder and he had his Disney dollars, and he showed them to us, and we got to take pictures and just check them out in person. So that was a neat experience. I love Disney cast members. They really, I think that's the theme of this video, is from the start of, our family's experience at Disney together to even toward the end before, we had to come home from the parks. We had the coolest experience. Even the last night, I remember, having a cool interaction with a cast member over at Casey's who was serving us, and just, having a kick of a time, even though we didn't know what was gonna happen. So just a great attitude. I love the attitude that cast members have and are taught through the Disney, University and everything. And I kind of try and take that seriously in my own life, just, treating people who I don't know very well, treating them with kindness. And I don't know, sometimes I've done some extra special things for people at Disney when I see that, especially when they're down, it just rubs off on you to do that extra special magic for people. And that makes me think, wow, we should be doing that in the world right now. I mean, it's a difficult time and we can't go obviously to the parks, and there's lots we cannot do, but we can make things extra magical for our family, for our friends, And for those around us, maybe people we don't even know, just that one little extra thing that shows people you love them, I think might be a fun way to bring some positivity into our current situation. So just an idea there. Anyway, that's our This Day in Disney, and I hope you go have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time.